So I'm a molecular biologist during the day, and you guys aren't like, screw you and your science. No, you're like, that's a good thing, right? Isn't it? So I have gotten to do shows at a lot of different science venues as a result of being a science comedian. A lot of places that most comedians don't really get to go necessarily. I performed at the Medical Library Association conference in Chicago a couple years ago. That was great. I learned about a lot of different journals I never knew existed. Like, there is something called the Journal of Negative Results in Biomedicine. It's new. It's been around for like 10 years. You guys heard of this? It is very important because it counters publication bias. People only publish things that work. This is only a journal for people who say nothing worked. Where was this when I was in grad school? I would have been the editor of this journal. I thought it was weird the first time I heard about it because it's the Journal of Negative Results in Biomedicine, but they don't have it for other fields. It's only biomedicine. But if you think about it, that kind of makes sense because, like, the Journal of Negative Results in Zoology is just called We Didn't See Any Animals. The Journal of Negative Results in Homeopathy is the entire field of homeopathy. The Journal of Negative Results in Young Earth Creationism is just called Thought. So I am a molecular biologist. I work in science. I'm at a biotech company up in Rockville, Maryland. I'm working on a vaccine, which also not everybody loves because it's a vaccine. I went into science for the reason that I think a lot of you went into science, which is that we were all lied to. You remember this too. We were all lied to by that guy who comes into your class in elementary school and he's got a lab coat and a bucket of liquid nitrogen and a banana, and he dips the banana in a liquid nitrogen and smashes it on the table, and all the kids are like, oh my God, that's what science is? Science is awesome! Well, now we know, don't we? Not quite like that. All I actually do in my lab every day is I move small amounts of liquid from one place to another. That's it. It's not like I promised that's what it's going to be. But I keep waiting for my advisor to come in and say, all right, here's the situation. All we've got are 10 plastic drinking straws and a meter of Scotch tape. And we have to build a device that'll let us throw this egg out the fourth-story window without it breaking. Or they won't renew our NSF grant. You guys had to do that project when you were kids, the egg drop project? Maybe you had to coach your kids through that project. Why is that so universal? What the hell is that supposed to teach you? Gravity? Still working. I had that project in second grade, I remember this, but I was allowed to use any materials I wanted to keep my egg from breaking. So I remember I just wrapped my egg in like 30 or 40 additional eggs. So holding out the window, kids like, hey, your egg broke. Nope, my egg was that one. So as Kasha mentioned, I'm on a show called Outrageous Acts of Science on the Science Channel. Anyone watch it? Woo! 200 people watch the Science Channel. I don't think we're like, we're scientists, we don't watch the Science Channel. That's the funny stuff. People who aren't scientists. I used to be on a show that was actually really bad. It was called Food Detectives on the Food Network. Anyone watch that? Anyone? One person, and that is why it was canceled. It was like Mythbusters, but about food science. It was hosted by Ted Allen, the guy who hosts Chopped. So he had two shows going at once, and Chopped became his successful show. I was on the other one. So basically, I was wearing a lab coat and talking about science. So it's like, this is my big reward for taking 7 years to get a PhD in molecular biology. I became the nation's foremost expert on the 5-second rule of dropping food on the floor. So, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the episode, don't eat food off the floor. That was pretty much it. It was not the most cerebral show. I remember they were thinking of ideas for episodes. I must have been like the only scientist they'd ever met. They would call me up and ask things like, so we want to do something about intestinal gas. Could we feed beans to bacteria with like little spoons? killed the bacteria farting. Like, no, for several reasons. Well, no, just tell me what kind of camera would we need. That's not the question. This is absolutely true. The producer, this guy Danny, he called me one day. I told him they had to buy an incubator to grow bacteria. I think we were testing the cleanliness of wooden versus plastic cutting boards. And he said, I think I found a good incubator. Let me email you the specs. And I looked at it and I said, yeah, that'll work. You should go ahead and buy that. And he said, great. Because the guy who's selling it to me says it's a really good incubator. He says it holds temperature in Fahrenheit and Celsius. Yes, thank you for understanding what's wrong with that statement. Because no one at the Food Network did. I should have said, send it back. I need one that can do kelvins. You know how many people at the Food Network would have understood what a Kelvin is? Absolutely zero. This is so gratifying for me, because when I first started doing comedy, I was going to these like horrible open mic nights where they would boo if they found out you were a scientist, and so I wouldn't say that. And I didn't know what I was doing. This was like my first year ever trying this, and I would get up in front of these 11 drunk people at midnight at the end of this 3-hour comedy show, and here, because it's you guys, I want to tell you one of the jokes that I told there to these 11 drunk people who were asleep. Because it didn't work at all for them, but I still like it. Here's what I told them. You know how there's alcohol in mouthwash? It's true, some mouthwash has alcohol. So I wanted to find out how much alcohol was in my mouthwash. So I looked at the label, but it didn't say. I guess the proof was beyond the text of this scope. And then there's one worse than that. Mainly because it involves calculus. And here's what it was. So those of you who grew up in the 1980s, like me, who else grew up that era? Remember the Transformers, of course. They still have them now. But do you remember like a knockoff of the Transformers called the GoBots? Yeah. Remember that? They were like a cheap Transformer knockoff. So if the GoBots were derivative of the Transformers, does that mean their leader was Optimus Double Prime? Wow. It's good because we've got to get more people understanding what science is and what it's all about. I remember the first time that I learned that there's something wrong with the way that science is interpreted by the world. And I was in college, and I was in New Jersey. There was an ad on TV for like the local New Jersey gas and electric company. Here was the slogan they used in the ad. Energy. It's not just a force, it's power. And a dorm full of physics majors exploded. It was horrible. It's like saying electric current. It's not just acceleration, it's a unit of magnetic flux. So I went to grad school. I wrote this book about grad school that Kasha mentioned. How many other people here survived grad school? It is horrible. It's so many things I did not like about it. I was a lab teaching assistant, a lab TA. How many people here were lab TAs in grad school? That is the worst, because all you do is you just like, okay, here are these undergraduates who are 2 years younger than you. You're in charge of letting them not die as they funnel oxygen into the bowls. It's horrible. You have to grade their lab reports. I think that's the worst aspect of it. Because here's every lab report that I got as a teaching assistant for biochem. Results. I got no usable data. I wouldn't have known what to do with it anyway. I spilled every liquid you gave me, and my lab partner caught fire. And that's a good one, right? You're like, oh my goodness, your lab partner caught fire only once? It's like a T at least, or maybe a B. And then conclusions. Overall, this lab was a success. Write that sentence. Where is that sentence coming from? Why do they all think you have to start a conclusion section with overall, this lab was a success? I had a student who did that every single lab report. He got a C- in the class. At the end of the semester, he asked me, how did I do? I told him, well, overall. The grade was a success. I probably deserved all those bad lab reports because I did something not so nice to the students on the first day of class. Because this is Johns Hopkins, where I went to grad school. These are all pre-meds. Yeah, you remember pre-meds. They are like the most anal creatures on the planet. They have to get 100% on everything, so on the first day they're just terrified they're going to get a bad TA, they're not going to understand what's going on. So on the first day of class, I just walked in like this. Hello. I am TA. You don't know biochemistry. I don't know English. We learn from each other this semester. Fun with some things in grad school. You have to have fun. You have to keep yourself entertained, especially when you're doing something really, really boring, like administering an exam to undergrads. You guys have to do that in grad school? All you do is you walk around a room like this one for 3 hours. You have nothing to do but just like look at their eyes, try to figure out who's cheating, but you know they're all cheating. You get asked the same question over and over again. They raise their hands like, yeah. I can't answer that for you. I can't. They think they're being coy. They're like, the way number 7 is worded, is it B? I can't answer that. We used to place bets on how many cheaters we catch during an exam. That's how we kept ourselves entertained. We called it Procter and Gamble. How many people here are going to the march tomorrow? How many people are going to not go if it rains? You started clapping like, yeah, and then you saw no one else was clapping and you stopped. I heard you clap. That's okay. I'm going to the march with a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old. So I'm afraid to go if it's like 77 degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to be an uncomfortable experience. I'm absolutely going. You guys got your signs written?
Yes.
Signs made?
Yep.
I thought, if you don't, you got it right here. Pre-printed. That's not original content. That is plagiarism. Oh, you actually own the company that makes the poster?
Oh, no, I said the Geophysical.
Oh, the American Geophysical Union allows plagiarism. Okay. I used to like the American Geophysical Union. I thought they rocked, but I don't know.
They rock.
They're pretty hard. But, that joke was a piece of shit. So, I thought that perhaps if some of you have not written your protest signs, I've got a few suggestions that you can use. Feel free to jot these down and put them on your signs. My BS helps me detect BS. Power to the people equals work to the people divided by time to the people. This one's a thinker. If you stop otorhinolaryngologists from studying the nose, we'll pick it. Black holes matter. Antimatter does not matter. If you don't support science, you can kiss my AAA ass.